Good morning, y'all. Y'all can hear me okay? Everybody said get an iPhone, because Androids ain't it. And these iPhones be raggedy too. So y'all let me know, can y'all hear me? Somebody that sent a request to hop on. I actually don't mind unless some of y'all get on this conversation this morning if y'all want to. I actually would like to know your opinion after I say why the fuck I'm here this morning. Okay, you can hear me and sound good? All right, thank you. Got a what up though in the house, Detroit, West Side. I don't know if you're from Detroit, but that's what we say. Okay, y'all. So I came here because I want to have a conversation. Normally I'm on YouTube. Y'all know that's my day one A1 family, right? Yes, it's early. My brother in the house. Shout out to Samba Reads, y'all. Y'all go check out his channel on YouTube. He narrates scary stories, and my brother is dope, just like his sister. It runs in the family, right? Okay, so let's have this conversation though this morning. Y'all got your coffee? If you're drunk, you got your liquor. If you like me, did you smoke your weed this morning? Yeah, I did not. So I came to talk to y'all first. But I just want to say something. I was scrolling through Instagram, right? And I'm watching certain people, activists. Tamika Mallory is one of them, and I want to speak on her specifically, right? But I noticed with this Cardi B situation, in this case with Tasha K, right? Like it's so many facets to this shit that I don't think people really see everything that's yet to be seen with it. For example, I just want to reiterate for those of y'all that didn't see my YouTube video. Like, I think it's ridiculous that everybody is making this big of a deal over a blogger, right? That is gossip talk. Is that not what Tasha K does? So let's just get that clear. That's what Tasha K does. How many of you have heard of TMZ? How many of you have heard of Inquiring Minds? Remember those magazines? And Paparazzi? Do y'all remember? Y'all know all of that? So when white people do this, you do know that gossip bloggers and people who do the type of stuff that Tasha K does, you do know that these people get sued all the time. Or do y'all not know that? Do y'all know that? So why the fuck, if we know that, is everybody acting so shocked about Tasha K doing what she does and then her being in a situation where she's being sued? White people do this all the time. Did we make this big of a deal the last time one of these tabloids got sued? Matter of fact, did it really even make the news, or did anybody even damn care? Y'all do realize this has gone on for forever. So as I said on my last video, y'all should put some respect on Tasha K's name instead of talking about her. Now, I'm not necessarily a Tasha K fan. I just speak in the truth. And the bottom line is Tasha K has gone from YouTube and crossed over into a league where her commentary has gotten so much publicity. She is up there neck and neck with the rest of these national fucking people who are talking about everybody, right? Because they get sued all the time. So I'm going to make this point again, that with new levels come new devils. This is just something as what she does in her lane that is an issue she'll deal with. If that's not your lane and you haven't reached to that level, you don't even understand those type of things. Like what Tasha K is going through, stop acting like y'all so fucking shocked, because it comes along with the territory. But because she's a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman, right? Let's throw that in there too. Everybody losing their fucking mind, okay? So I just want to throw that out there again and reiterate that. If y'all didn't see my YouTube video where I really broke down. Somebody said in my comment section earlier, they were saying that, Tasha K is not for the black community, neither is Cardi B. So why is this even being discussed? Like, let me address that comment too. Anybody who follows me, the person finished their sentence with, on a channel that I love. So anybody who follows me, let's be clear about who Mechee is, okay? If you're new and you don't know, my day ones know. But Mechee, I break down everything to its very last compound. I tend to unpack everything in front of you. I give you the perspective that you can't see. I bring the psychology into it so that you can see shit for what it is. So trust and believe me, Mechee never speaks on anything that there's not a valid point or a deeper thing to look at in it. So for the person who made that comment or anybody else who feels that way, I suggest that you really take a step back and figure out whose page you're on and who you're following. I suggest you go watch my YouTube video, because it's not a matter of whether Tasha K is about the black community. There was a whole lot of things in this moment that the black community could learn from this situation. And if you don't see it, instead of dismissing it, then if you're on my channel and you follow me, you should go find out what the fuck I have to say. Y'all should know by now I don't talk to just be talking, right? Hey, shout out to 90 by Nature. Hey, girl, y'all go over there and follow her. Y'all go follow that sister. She over there doing some dope stuff. Going to get it in shape. We got something coming for y'all. But y'all go check her out. So go and watch the commentary that I did on it, okay? So now, saying that, I want to lead into the conversation about the fake activists, right? So I'm scrolling today. I see Tamika Mallory's page, and she puts up a post about Cardi B. She states that, you know, Cardi B has set this precedent and maybe she should hit her lawyers up because people be talking bad about her. And Lee Merritt is in the comment section, that ambulance chaser. Feel free to tag her and tag him. I doubt if they gonna come over here. I've spoken on her plenty. I'm sure she don't want the smoke. I want you to send me some paperwork, Lee Merritt. Sue me. Please do, right? So she's over there saying she should probably get some people sued too for the people who keep talking about her. So let's go deeper into this conversation like I always do. We're not going to look at what's on the surface, right? First of all, I find it very interesting that someone who calls themselves to be an activist is constantly identifying themselves with celebrities and superstars. So let's just be clear about that. Okay, Tamika Mallory doesn't know if she wants to be a fucking activist or she wants to be a celebrity, okay? She's been on award shows. She makes more money. Now, tag her, because everything I'm saying, I'm not taking the video down, because there's a fucking difference between slander and freedom of speech, okay? And so for Tasha K to speak on Cardi B's personal life and state that she has herpes, that is one thing. But for you to be a public figure and for us to critique your fucking work publicly and speak on things that are public knowledge, girl, that is not fucking slander. So you might want to talk to Lee Merritt for y'all jumping out the window like you finna do anything to any goddamn body. So let me go over, because I am one of those people who talk very much about Tamika Mallory, and bitch, we're gonna talk about you today, okay? I find it real interesting. And it proves my point about these fake ass activists, right? First of all, I don't understand how she sees herself in the light of a celebrity if you're an activist. They're not the same. Do we understand that? Celebrities are not activists. They're not one and the same. They're not. Okay? When you look at Malcolm X, did you ever call Malcolm X a celebrity? Khalid Muhammad, would you call him a celebrity? No. Okay, so all of these new activists who get the bag and want to hang out, want to be in these streets, now you want to be in your little tight ass dresses. We see you, Tamika. Shit changed because you was broke a while back. Facts. You said that out your mouth. Soon as you started, standing around these ambulance chasers, your bag started coming in quick. Now you all in the streets with your fuck me dress on. We see you, girl, smoking your little hookah lounges. You out there in these streets, you hanging out with all these celebrities because you think that makes you somebody. But the more offensive thing in her statement to me is that how do you get to represent the black community and say that you are a voice for us, but then threaten to sue black people that speak against you, that want to tell you you're not the voice for them? Shout out to Coach Tanisha Marie. Y'all check out her page too. That sis is doing some things. Y'all better go get some knowledge from her. Just as a side note, I teach a whole lot of how to make money online, but there's a million other ways that I don't teach, and she teaches some stuff I don't. So y'all might want to go check her and her classes and things that she do too, because she out there doing the damn thing. And what I really appreciate is y'all look at my platform and y'all think Mechee can do well online with what she does because I have such a big following. I want you to see somebody who doesn't have as big as a following of me, but she does really great, and she makes plenty of money, and she knows what she's talking about. So y'all check that sister out too, right? But back to what I was saying. Okay, I will. I'll go check my DMs when I get off here. So, I don't understand how an activist will tell you that they are the voice. It's disrespectful, I think, to say that you speak for black people. You are a leader in some right. But at the same time, you are upset about black people who critique your work. The very people that you say you are the voice for, if we don't agree with your work, we don't have the right to critique it. So now activists is running around here trying to use Cardi B's case to say, if we speak on him, you suing us? Bitch, somebody tag her and tag Lee Merritt, because he was in the comment section. Come sue me. I want you to. Because we're going to speak facts, right? It's not slander when you say stuff like, Tamika Mallory, you made money off promoting Cadillac. These are facts. That's not slander, sweetie. It's public fucking knowledge, okay? It's also public knowledge that Cadillac is a racist company, okay? We know that at the time that happened, these are facts, not slander. So she should let her attorney get her correct in what the difference in these things are, okay? And so you out here in this commercial with all these other black people, fuck them too, whoever was in there, what's his name? I can't even think of it. All of the black people that was in that commercial. Fuck all of y'all, right? At the very time y'all did this commercial, Cadillac was being sued. Facts, not slander, okay? And they were being sued by black people in 2 different plants. One was in Ohio for racist practices because they were hanging nooses and leaving racist things all over the plant. And when black people would come in or go to their office or their locker, these things were being found, right? They took it to the corporate office and everybody else, they weren't doing anything about it. So now they're being sued, okay? In the midst of this, Tamika, you decide to hop your bitch ass and calling you a bitch. I can't be sued for that. You know, that's my opinion. That's called freedom of speech. I think you're a fake ass bitch, okay? So let's get this shit clear. You hopped your ass in a Cadillac. And because you claim you speak for the people, you got in that commercial, she sat in that Cadillac, and she told you that driving a Cadillac would empower you. That Cadillac represents your blackness, your black power, and this is what you should do to feel empowered. So while Cadillac was losing black people's support and respect, you bring your ass up here, you get the fuck in a Cadillac and use your persuasion of your audience and your fucking notoriety and your celebrityism, and you hop your ass in a Cadillac to try and pull black people in to the very thing we should be walking away from. Somebody said they used her. She let herself be used. Tamika Mallory's not dumb. And she's not an activist. Let's be clear. Somebody gonna say, well, what is she then? She's a bitch that chases the bag. This ain't slander either. She chases the bag and she uses the black movement to do so. She stands next to ambulance chasers. Correct me when I'm wrong. Where the fuck do you ever see Lee Merritt and the rest of them ever do anything for black people? They stand next to them and get a check? So when black people die, they stand next to you and help you get a big ass check. And Tamika gives the speeches while they fight the court case. You know how much money has been made off the pain and the death and the backs of black people. And Tamika Mallory and these attorneys have gained more wealth and money than the fucking people who have died. The families who actually went through the tragedies don't have their family members anymore. They are left to deal with that pain. And these motherfuckers have obtained notoriety and fame and money off of pain they did not endure. Off of families that don't belong to them. Off deaths that did not affect them. Slander or facts? Sue me, bitch. My address is on my website, and Lee Merritt can send the papers there, okay? She's not an activist. Let me tell you something else that she's not. She's not very fucking genuine, okay? And I've never heard anybody speak on Tamika Mallory's personal life. We don't talk about your personal life. We talk about the things we see in the public. And I think it's very offensive for these activists now to think that you can claim to be the voice for black people, but at the same time telling the black people that speak against you and say you're not the voice and we're going to check what you're doing because we don't agree with what you're doing, and then say you're going to sue us. Because Cardi B did that? You want to be a celebrity so bad. I'm going to need Tamika Mallory to just take off the fuck me dress, go out of the way, bitch, put on a thong, and be in the next fucking hoe video, okay? I'm sure Cardi B will let you shake your ass in one, because that's where we going, Tamika. That's what you really want to be in life. Come on. They put her on the award show. Y'all tell me this. When have you... Okay, if you follow Mechee, let's go here. I'm going to let y'all take us down this rabbit hole. If you watch me, right? You know that the enemy is who? Who is our enemy? AKA, white supremacy is who? What's another name for white supremacy? Who's the actual white supremacy? Now, I'm gonna need y'all to know this answer. If not, y'all just subscribe to me today. Because I say this shit all the time. I'm gonna wait for the answer. The government. Thank you. The government. The government comprises of many things. It's structures in our country that comprise of a whole lot of shit. Whenever those entities endorse your black ass in any kind of way, you're not a real leader because they don't endorse our real leaders. So let's not get it twisted. The music industry is also a part of that. Do you know how much money is made from the Jews who are in the government, who also run the record companies, who also put out all of the propaganda, all of the fucking slander, all of that shitty music? And they give this bitch a place to stand on an award show, and now she feeling herself because everybody's looking at me. No freedom yet for black people, but everybody's looking at you. Girl, bye. When they take and place someone in front of you, I'm going to teach y'all this again because y'all got mad about the MLK shit. Whenever they endorse a motherfucker and place them in front of you and say, this is who is good, that's the motherfucker you should actually run away from. Don't look at them at all. Somebody said Cardi B not a leader. I don't know if you came in late. We're not calling Cardi B a leader. We're not talking about her. We're talking about Tamika Mallory. And any other fake ass activist that is in her lane that I have called out before, right? And they want to use this case to say we got to be quiet. That's disrespectful. Somebody gonna tell that bitch it's disrespectful. You do not get to say you're the voice for us and then tell us that we don't get to speak on the person who claims they represent us when I don't know who the fuck appointed you, because I know plenty of black people who don't agree with you representing us. Like, did anybody ask the rest of us? When you can get up on a platform and you can and be on an award show, you think you've made it. That should be a sign to all black people. They have sold us out. See, they never would have put Malcolm X up on an award show and let him give a speech and tell the truth about the government, the coons, the sellouts, right? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. They wouldn't have let Detroit Red do that. They're not going to let the real leaders do that. So that should be a sign for you right there that this person is about nothing more than the bag. Let me tell you something. If I was invited to an award show, I would decline. If any of you know Mechee, how many interviews have you seen me give? I don't give interviews. I don't go on people's show. You think that they haven't been offered to me? I pick and choose who I sit with because it's a representation of me. And if the right platform don't invite me to an interview, I'm not coming. Because to me, that is a stamp and a sign that says that you are no threat, or they're using that to neutralize you because these people do not back real fucking activists, okay? So Tamika Mallory is not an activist. Her attorneys are ambulance chasers. And when I say they're ambulance chasers, that's not slander either. I bet you won't sue me, Lee Merritt. I'm talking about you and you're an attorney. So come for me if I'm slandering you, right? Because it's not slander, it's truth. Now, when I say that they're ambulance chasers, y'all, what I mean by that is nobody gives a damn if they getting black folks a check, okay? How come these niggas won't get together and become the dream team if they really are about black empowerment? Watch this. Why don't they do some pro bono shit that won't give them no money? Like, you'll run around and get a big ass check for a dead black man or a dead black woman, but you won't come together and go to the Supreme Court and have them removed from the 13th Amendment that slavery is legal for punishment of crime. This is why prisons are the plantation and they still have people working for free with no money. That's slavery. It's called the industrial prison complex. Have you seen them go and fight that? They're lawyers, but you want freedom for us. This is why I'm telling you they don't want freedom. They want the bag. They'll fight for a check because they get a percentage of that check. But they won't go to the Supreme Court and fight. They won't go fight for police reform in a legal manner and show how the police are violating our constitutional rights by terrorizing the people. They won't go and fight for that to ask for police, reform. Fuck defunding. Reform the police. See, Tamika and was up there screaming, defund, defund. No, bitch. How about reform? Reform, reform. It's very easy. You could put some stipulations and stop a whole lot of the police bullshit. First of all, require them to have a higher degree of education. Reasoning is not developed until you're 25. So there's no reason you should be a police officer before you're 25. Because if we don't trust you to have liquor, even though you're 20 years old and you can't buy liquor legally because you're not 21, that's because they know your reasoning isn't developed, and alcohol hinders your reasoning even more. But you'll give a motherfucker a gun and let them have the authority to be over somebody's life and choose life and death? That's on purpose, because the police department is the biggest domestic terroristic gang in the United States. We from the hood. You should understand that gangs are filled with what? A bunch of young, hot-tempered people. Well, the police are the same thing. You shouldn't be giving no guns to anybody who ain't developed reasoning. You shouldn't be giving guns to people who haven't got bachelor's degrees or higher to become a police officer. When you require more, you can ask more, right? Police officers have biases and prejudices. They're racist and every goddamn thing else. Well, maybe that's because some of their asses ain't never even been around black people all their life. Send them to college. Make them have to sit around other groups of people. See, there are answers to this. Give your police officers psychological testing before you fucking hire them. There are many things that you can do to get a hold of the police department. But the police department functions exactly as it should. And you have people like Lee Merritt and attorneys that could go and fight these things and bring some real change with where they stand as attorneys, the knowledge they have, the power that they have, but you see them doing none of that. They bring you superficial surface stuff. They stand next to these people. They get people like Breonna Taylor and all of them family checks. We cheer for them. Tamika Mallory gives the beautiful fucking speeches. They all get paid and nothing changes. But this bitch got the nerve to say, you gonna sue us for talking about you? Bitch, I should talk about your ass for the next 30 days. I want you to sue me. I'm so sick of these fucking fake ass fucking activists. I really the fuck am. Tamika Mallory is not an activist. She is a church working bitch. Let me tell you the difference, okay? Other than getting the bag off of black people's pain, which is what she does very well, okay? She is a church worker. She is an Al Sharpton fucking Mechee. Y'all like Al Sharpton? That's your homie? Because that's her homie. She a mini Al Sharpton. You don't know that? You don't know that's the camp she came from? Tamika Mallory is an MLK. Tamika Mallory is a feminist all day long. And as soon as she tried to show her blackness, all them feminist women ran her through the ringer and kicked her ass the fuck up out of their organization. You remember that? Because she's always trying to cape for feminism and for women. At one point, I think the bitch quoted some shit saying something to the effect of, she said something about, I can't say the exact words. It was a long time ago, but paraphrasing, she basically said that she thought that feminism and the things that women went through was worse than racism. Like, but this is your black activist leader? Come on, y'all. Really? This is church work, because I used to be a pastor, okay? This is church work. We feed hungry people, so we bring them food, right? We help pay a bill or two for them sometimes, right? We throw barbecues in the neighborhood to get everybody to come along and get together, right? To make the community feel better. No real change, just false promises. That's the same thing that church does. Church won't show you how to, in the name of Jesus, get the fuck up out of poverty, because poverty is created by the ghetto. But what they will do is just help you maintain that poverty. We'll give you some canned goods and some shit, from the church pantry to keep you going, but we won't pick you up out of your situation. See, Tamika and them will give you shit to keep you going, but won't pick you up out of your situation. Feeding black people is not activist work. when you're talking about activism and getting us free. That's not work. That's church work. It's a million people out here feeding black folks. Food ain't gonna get us free. And half the time, that cheap ass shit y'all giving them from the motherfucking food pantry ain't no good for them anyway. And it's already polluted with all kind of bullshit meant to give to the black community so they ass can eat it, be unhealthy, and fucking die. So they have these feel-good moments for you. It reminds me of the altar call. How many of y'all remember the wonderful, great altar call, right? Church get to singing. All right. They sing a sad song. That's a psychological thing, right? They sing a sad song to make you think about all the pain in your life. Because even if you wasn't mad a minute ago, that song will help you find the pain. You got to go back and find it. Even if it's some shit that's old that you ain't thought about in a while, that music will make you turn around and think of something sad. Next thing you know, you're crying and you're at the altar. You're on your knees and you're asking Jesus to fix it. And the altar's supposed to be such a great place. And then you get up and you go home and ain't nothing changed because you at the fucking altar every goddamn Sunday. Ain't nothing changed for black people. Tamika getting paid and we staying enslaved. That's all the fuck this is. Right? So I think it's real offensive and I'm going to need them to calm the fuck down. And I want to speak from the perspective of somebody who is on YouTube. I do many things, but I am on YouTube, right? So what you're not going to do, so let me give my warning statement back to you motherfuckers. What you're not going to do is threaten the YouTube community and tell us that we don't have a voice. See, for far too long, major media has been the voice for everybody. We know that the media is liars and that they are used to condition our mind and they give us where they want us to go. We know that they are not our friend. So they have been allowed to lie to us, to manipulate us, to deceive us, to condition us for forever. But as soon as you get something like YouTube, where real people with real voices can come forward and speak, and when you begin to hear the black community speak on our own behalf, you begin to find that these activists that speak as though they are our voice, that most of us don't believe they're our voice. And what you don't get to do is try and use this situation that white people deal with every day when they do what Tasha K do. They deal with the lawsuits, they pay them, or they appeal them, and they move on in their life. Let Tasha K do the same thing. Let her deal with her case, appeal it, and move on in life. Niggas is so goddamn happy to see a black woman fall. Niggas is so goddamn, if that's what you think it is, Tasha K ain't falling, but we too damn happy. Was you niggas this happy when the last cracker got in trouble and got sued for lying on a nigga? Y'all cool with white people lying on niggas in the tabloids all day long, but have nothing to say. But a black woman say something about a woman having an STD, and she ain't even a black woman, and you niggas done lost your mind. You done lost your mind. Like this the first time you ever seen this shit happen in life. So no, we're not going to shut up. I'm going to take the stance of Tasha K. We're going to keep going. Nobody's scared of you motherfuckers. We're going to keep talking. We're not going to be quiet. We're not going to shut the fuck up. And let me see another activist. I wish the fuck y'all would come up here telling us you going to sue us because we speak against you. What kind of person that's for the black community and freedom will use this as an opportunity to shut your voice down? How do you represent us but then tell us we can't speak? You don't get to say you're for us. You're our voice. And then when we speak back and say, no, you're not, now you want to sue people. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard a lot of commentary about Tamika Mallory and my son and all of these fake motherfuckers, but I've never heard anybody talk about your personal life. I've never heard anybody talk about whether Tamika Mallory's in a relationship, whether she got STDs, or none of that shit in her life. We stick to the facts. We stick to the stuff that is public, that we can see with our own eyes, and we give our opinion. So for this raggedy bitch to come up here talking about she's going to start suing people because we be keeping her name in her mouth. But ain't that what you want, bitch? You a celebrity. Is that not what you want? That's what somebody said. You can only speak when you kissing their ass. Thank you. Because when everybody's praising this bitch and they all over, oh, you did so good. You did sue them niggas. Sue them niggas. Sue them. Because when they on your dick, then you love them. But as soon as somebody opposes against you, you don't have, now all of a sudden you want to sue everybody? Girl, shut the fuck up. All of us that step out in this lane, let me say something to you. If you thinking about being a public person and having something to say, whether it is an activist or whatever, don't step your ass on the scene if you can't handle being talked about. Just shut the fuck up and stay the fuck off the scene, okay? Or either be quiet and hold your nuts. Because everybody in this vein, we all get talked about. Let the streets tell it. I got STDs. Everybody think they know every fucking man that I done dated. They claim I be stealing money from the goddamn people. Every fucking lie known to man has been told on me. People fuck with my children. People put my address online. People threaten to come and kill me for the shit that I say. Y'all know this from the beginning. I share it with y'all all the fucking time. It comes with the territory. Suck it the fuck up, buttercup, or get the fuck off the scene. That's what I'm going to need y'all to do. Because I'm tired of hearing you little motherfuckers cry every time somebody says something about you. People say shit about me every day. The question is, if you know who the fuck you are, if you know what the fuck you're doing, why does it matter? I'm not mad that people are, Mechee got this, Mechee got that. She got herpes. She slept with Tommy. She slept with Dr. Watkins. Every nigga I stand next to, y'all say I sleep with them. Do you hear me crying about it? Because I know who I sleep with. I know where I've been, and I know whether I got an STD or not. Do you see me put any effort into giving a fuck about those things? So don't step your ass out there if you're not ready to deal with what comes with the territory. This is part of your fucking job. This is what happens. So bitch, shut the fuck up. If you can't handle it, I suggest that all people in the public eye, this is what I do. And I'm going to give you this piece of advice. Shut your fucking phone off. Get the fuck off and don't read your comments. So I hope that my people don't be offended. But if y'all notice, when do you ever see me really in my comments? When you see me talking back, it's a rare day, is it not? I keep my peace by not reading that shit. I make videos on YouTube and there are 100, sometimes thousands of views depending on the video. I don't read any of them. And it's not that I'm not trying to interact with the people that love me, because I appreciate y'all love and your support. This is the only reason I keep doing what I do, because I be ready to be like, man, this is some bullshit. You got people like fake ass Tamika Mallory. You're fighting with all these big people who think they activists, so you can't get out here and get and do something because everybody think they the way. So you see everybody going the wrong way. Then when you try and do the right thing, some of the biggest people you're fighting is the very people you're trying to help. This shit gets discouraging. Y'all help me to keep going, right? But to keep my peace, I don't read those comments. People be in them comments talking about that's why your son is in prison. It's not going to break me, but I don't understand how people think that it's funny that my son is black and got caught up in the school to prison pipeline, and he's been gone for 10 years since he was 16. I'm not sure if you're about black folks, how the fuck that's funny or why that's even something that needs to be said to me. But this is what people do. So I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Toughen up, right? Don't look at the fucking comments and learn how to find your peace and stay the fuck off. As big as this bitch is, she shouldn't even be on her own goddamn social media if she can't handle it. Have somebody, it's called a social media manager. Have somebody else handle your social media. Post your content and your shit for you. Don't even go in the fucking comments. But all of this, you about to start suing black people? Girl, shut the fuck up. I volunteer to be your first. Come sue me, Lee Merritt and Tamika Mallory. I want you to. So let me reiterate everything I said about your bitch ass so you can put it in a lawsuit. You're an ambulance chaser. You don't really use your legal powers to do shit to free black people for real. You just get checks. Tamika Mallory, you are nothing more than a fucking bag chaser. You might as well be called a gold digger. You don't use your pussy to get it. You just use deceiving the fucking people to get it. You make all kind of money off the backs of black people's pain that you never endured. And it's amazing to me how you have all of this money and you make all of this. You live a really good life off of the backs of people who are still in the ghetto, who will be in pain forever because their loved ones are gone. But how is it that you benefit from that shit and they don't? I don't understand it. You're not for your people. We don't give a fuck about your barbecues. We don't give a fuck about your motherfucking speeches you give. Everybody can talk nice. The people who talk the nicest, I don't trust them. You two put together. That sounds too fucking contrived. So I'm just going to put that warning out there. So our activist is warning us, don't be saying nothing, we going to sue you. I'm warning you that as the black community, we not going to shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody scared of y'all lawsuits. Ain't nobody scared of you and what you think you bringing, okay? We going to keep talking about you. We're going to keep waking up the people. We're going to keep analyzing your bullshit so that black people can see where we really are, so we can find the solutions to move forward. And before we can do that, we have to dismiss all of the fake fucking solutions we have. Let people see it for what it is so that we can see what really ain't working, so we can get to what the fuck is really working.